Yo guys, what's going on? It's your buddy Double D and welcome back to Tom Clancy's The Division. I know it's been a couple of days since my last upload, sorry about that, but I've been trying to get some of these new gear sets to work for you guys so I can get y'all some solid information, and I've also been balls deep in Overwatch because that game is just too much fucking fun. But don't worry, I'm going to continue with the Division videos. I'm just going to add some Overwatch videos in there as well, along with some Overwatch stream. Now, but that's not what you're here to hear about. You're here to hear about what I think the best gear set and the best loadout is in patch 1.2. And without getting into a whole lot of preamble, let me just go ahead and tell you so you can click off of this video and go start gear hunting. Now, the best gear set, in my opinion, and the best loadout is going to be a 3-in-3. That's a 3-piece striker and 3-piece sentry mix. Now, if you want to know why, feel free to stick around. If not, make sure you smash that thumbs up button on your way out. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and talk about patch 1.2 now. So patch 1.2 saw the addition of a couple of new things and a couple of changes. The additions obviously being the new gear sets and the Dark Zone bracket with the 201 gear score. Now the 201 gear score DZ06 is a nightmare, and that's actually what you're watching the gameplay of right now. But I think it's awesome, and here's why I think it's awesome. They have definitely pushed players back to playing the PvE game the way that they had initially intended. It's no longer a run and gun based game. It is a shooter based, cover-based game. Cover-based game. Which is a lot of fun. There's a lot of tactical stuff involved. You got to communicate. You got to keep your positions with your teammates. Like, for example, my buddy Cody over here, he's going to run up in a second, and he's just going to get instantly melted. We told him not to go up there, but you ever have that friend that doesn't listen? Yeah, he doesn't listen. He's that friend. And there he goes. Anyways, so let's talk about the new gear sets now. The new gear sets are pretty cool, and they've got some pretty nifty things going for them. However, currently, in the current meta of the game, they just can't compete, and let's talk about why. Let's start looking at the Lone Star set. Now, again, a lot of this is my opinion. You guys feel free to disagree with me or tell me why you think I'm wrong in the comment section below. Just try not to be a raging asshole about it, alright? So, let's start looking at the Lone Star gear set. Now, I know a lot of people, for example, Eric's and SkillUp, have done videos talking about why the Lone Star is the best new set. So let's take a look at some of the stats that they get. First and foremost, you get 100% ammo bonus capacity for the 2-piece set, which is freaking awesome because, believe me, in DZ06, you're restocking every encounter when you're running out of ammo. So having that extra ammo is phenomenal. The next 3-piece bonus set gives you 1,000 bonus damage to LMG and shotguns, which on paper sounds pretty cool, but really with the way that the guns are balanced currently, it doesn't really do a whole lot, and to be honest, it's kind of a waste of a 3-piece bonus currently. Perhaps in 1.3, when they finally balance the weapons, those will be, you know, something we want to look at, but we'll have to revisit that. And then there's the 4-piece set, which is pretty cool. It basically makes it to where you never have to reload your gun. What it does is when you switch weapons, the weapon that you stow is automatically refilled from your ammo reserve. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, you're just going to pull ammo out of your ass. No, that would be overpowered and broken. What it means is that whatever ammo you have in your reserve, it immediately goes right back into the gun, so you never have to reload. So the idea behind it is that you're going to have a huge boost in sustained DPS in the form of never having to reload. You just unload one gun, swap out to the next gun, unload the next gun, and back and forth, and you never have to reload. I definitely think that you can get some nice sustained DPS for that, and I definitely think that it's a viable set, but I don't think it's going to be able to compete with the things that you're going to get from a 3-in-3. What are you going to get from a 3-in-3 that's better? Well, you're going to get bonus damage to elite, you're going to get bonus headshot damage, you're going to get bonus armor damage, and you're going to get bonus critical hit damage. So, you know, it's really tough to warrant never having to reload and sustain DPS over all of those increases, especially when you're looking at it from a PvE standpoint. But even from a PvP standpoint, your burst is just going to be too good. So while the Lone Star set is viable, I definitely don't think it's going to be able to compete. Let's move along to the Predator's Mark set. The Predator's Mark set is simply It's what they tried to make us use ARs with. And let's take a look at that real quick. Now, the 2-piece gives you optimal range bonus. The 3-piece gives you 800 bonus damage to assault rifles and pistols, I think. And the 4-piece marks a target after 10 consecutive shots, causing it to bleed for the amount of damage done. So I think that that's pretty cool, and it's pretty handy, and it's nice for PvP because, you know, when you bleed, you can't run. But with medkits and heals and bleed resistance, it's just not that great. Plus, again, assault rifles are just not in a place where 800 bonus damage is going to be enough to make me want to use it over a good SMG. So, again, you're looking at things that are viable and things that you can definitely use to mix things up, but I don't think it's going to be the best. The next one we have is Final Measure. And really the only thing I think that is worthwhile in Final Measure is going to be the 2-piece, which you could conceivably use if you're PvPing over, I guess, the 3-piece and 3-piece, which is 2-piece Final Measure is going to give you 50% exotic resilience damage. And I know a lot of people are running like a really high toughness sticky bomb thing. So that might be handy, but again, that's not personally what I use. That's not my play style, and I don't really have problems avoiding those sticky bombs. You just have to know who's using it and then just kind of avoid them. So yeah, the new gear sets are awesome. I love them. I love the idea of what they're trying to do. They're trying to give us some kind of incentive to use weapons other than the cookie cutter SMGs and marksman rifles, but I just don't think that's going to happen in the current meta of the game. Now, they have said patch 1.3 they're going to want to be doing some weapon balancing, so we'll revisit all of these sets when that releases. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative. If you did, make sure to mash that thumbs up video and subscribe if you're not for more awesome Division content. I will see you guys in the next video. Double D out. Peace!